We have seen a lot of companies speak out, sign on to statements, but we have not seen many take it a step further. Now, one new initiative is taking that step in the fight against racial wealth gap in this country. Coined 90 to 0, the group of businesses, universities, and nonprofits has pledged to take specific actions that they believe will narrow this urgent gap. Joining me now to discuss two of the people behind this initiative, Wes Moore, CEO of the Robin Hood Foundation, dedicated to fighting poverty here in New York and across the country, and Erica James, Dean of the Wharton School. Erica, we have seen companies make big statement when it comes to voting rights, but those are just words. How is this initiative different?
Well, this initiative is different because we're focused not just on words, not just on apologizing, not just on saying we feel so badly that this is happening, but really focusing on what can we do. This is an action-oriented approach, and we're finally bringing partnerships and communities of people together who have a unique perspective on how to address this racial wealth gap and bringing our collective insights together to help some of these problem solving.
So, Wes, what are you going to do?
Of people who all are running large organizations, but all uniquely have our hands on the economic levers of this country, whether it's corporations, whether it is nonprofits and foundations, whether it is universities, to address the fact that, that Black Americans have been systematically left behind in the U.S. economy for years, and it's resulted in this 90% wealth gap, where the greatest distillation of inequality and structural racism actually is the racial wealth gap. So by bringing all these groups together and to have a collective action plan that is actually going to be helped and devised with the work of the Wharton School of Business and Dean Erica James, is to say if all of us can move in concert, that we can actually have a larger set of impacts, and we can all be bold, we can be reflective, and we can be transparent in a way that if we move together, that individual organizations and the work being done there is important, but our collective action is going to be tantamount to anything else that we could possibly get done.
But Wes, let's get real. You and I have had a lot of conversations that include the words bold, innovative, collective. We've heard that before. What is this group literally going to do besides coming together? What is going to change things? Because we've talked about this, you and I, many times before.
Absolutely. And so what it's going to do is really putting together and identifying what are the best practice mechanisms that corporations and organizations and agencies should actually be doing. And then saying, okay, we are going to now be transparent about the things we're going to do that are going to be meaningfully impact their work. So for example, putting a real focus on things like the recruitment and the retaining process of Black talent within your organization, putting a real focus on improving access to capital that your organization is then funneling out. Who are your suppliers? Who are your legal firms? Who are your accounting firms? Who are your auditors? Then really thinking about things like from not just entry level, but all the way up to your board. Are you actually putting a racialized lens on this? And then being able to know that as you have individual movements and improvements of the organizations, then we can then have a collective voice to start thinking about ideas of policies and structural changes across the board that are actually going to make a dent in the racial wealth gap that we see.
I'm down with that. Erica, who's going to hold them accountable for this?
I'm glad you asked that question. I was thinking the same thing. So I think one of the ways that the Wharton School and other research universities are contributing to this effort is by leveraging the research on individual managerial behaviors that affect what's happening within companies, looking at the firm policies and procedures and practices, looking at government practices and policies that are all influencing this problem. And once we have that information, that research-driven set of ideas and insights, we're going to help translate that content in ways that people and organizations can actually take meaningful action in the areas that we've already demonstrated through the research are likely to have the greatest impact. So I think organizations and efforts like 90 to 0 are some of the units that can help hold people accountable because we are identifying what specifically needs to be measured to demonstrate success.
The government's taking action too. Wes, you wrote an op-ed about how crucial Biden's infrastructure plan could be for your hometown, the city of Baltimore, when it comes to closing the racial wealth gap. Can you explain that?
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at what is included inside of the $1.9 billion package, that was the $1 trillion package that was pulled together, it doesn't just mean what's going to happen for the country at large. It's also the discretionary capital that's going to go to individualized jurisdictions. So, for example, whether it's the $1.9 billion that's going to the state of Maryland, or the $670 million that's going just to 3.9, sorry, to Maryland, but the $670 million that's going to Baltimore alone. This is capital that our leaders have a collective chance to work together and address not just the things that we're dealing with right now and the impacts of COVID, but also make real down payments and long-term investments on this.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.